morning, everyone. How you doing today? Do you feel like life happens to you? That life is not fair with you? That somebody else life is treating that person better? Life is life. Life is nor fair nor unfair. Life happens. So what happens to you, it's not so much about what happens to you, but the meaning that you put to that happening to you. What I mean is, everyone's going to know loss, happiness, problems, and what's going to make the difference is how you're going to be able to handle with it, is how you understand what's happening to you. So let's try to do a little exercise which is called reframing, cognitive reframing. Let's say I hear a lot, 220 is shitty, it's a shitty year, it's not a good year, it's a bad year. 220 is a year like any other year, but it's difficult. But if you think about it, since the world is world, people have died, people have born, people have lost their job, people have got sick, people have had accident, people have lost their money, their family, their loved ones. So why is it so different this year? Because it's worldwide at the same time. So it's like if suddenly all the attention of the whole world is onto that. So if you think that this is a shitty year, you're wasting a lot of energy into this is not how it should be. But life has no should. Life doesn't should be like this or should be like that. Life is. So if you manage to change shitty for difficult, it's still the same year, but you're going to be able to feel empowered. So let's say the first thing you can do when you want to try to work on reframing a situation, the first thing is describe the situation as it is. Remove yourself from the situation, meaning you're going to describe the facts, not the emotion, not how you feel, not what you think it means, what is happening. Pure facts, 100% facts. That's the first part. The second part, you're going to write down how those facts make you feel. So first the fact as it is. Second, how it make me feel, how the whole situation is making me feel. And then the third step is, what can I do to make that a little different? What can I do to improve that? And from there on, what can you do is try to think differently. Is try to ask yourself, okay, if that situation happened to a friend of mine, what would I tell to that friend for that friend to feel better? What are the elements that I can control, that I can change, that I can improve? What are the elements that are completely out of my control? If you do that repetitively, at some point your brain will always go toward reframing. So let's take the example of the COVID 2020. It's a difficult year. Why? Loss of jobs, loss of health, loss of a loved one. We're not able to hug the people. We're not able to have reunions. We can't travel as we want. It is difficult, difficult. Okay, what can I do about that? About the quarantine, about the loss of job? I can't do anything about that. But what can I do at my level to improve what's going on? Well, I'm someone who loves being in the outdoors. So what do? I come in the outdoors on a daily basis because that makes me feel good. I try to stay in the present moment because if I don't, I go in the future thinking of what could happen and in the past of all the opportunity that I may have missed. So by doing these small things, what do? I reframe and I stay okay with what's happening, trying to change what I can and get away with what I cannot change. Practicing reframing will change a lot of things in your life, and it will change most of the time your emotional response to life, because life is life. And you know, reframing is not about pretending the reality doesn't exist, not at all. The reality is what it is. What can I change? My emotional response to what's happening. Practice and let me know. Ciao.